I'm ready when y'all are.
I don't even know what we're talking about, but it sounds just a conversation.
Yeah, we're gonna freestyle this. All right, we're doing something special this evening at hiphopcloset.com. I have with me 3 of the actors from the series, The Ballad of Saquan Jones. And so we're going to be talking with these actors and learning more about the series and why you should tune in, okay?
My name is Wayne T. Stevens. I play Gene, the comedian.
My name is David Roberts. I play Desmond, the dentist.
Benny Flames. I play Ryan, the guy who works on Wall Street.
So tell me about you guys. Like, did you guys know one another before shooting this?
As a matter of fact, I met Ben some years before we actually did the show. I think it was at a monologue show. It was a monologue showcase. It was called Monologue. And I think I was doing one of my pieces up there because I do poetry as well.
Ones,
yeah, man. So when I heard that we were working together on this, I was like, well, we already had the camaraderie of knowing each other, so now it's just time to build on that.
Right, and you guys met Wayne at the shoot.
Yeah, man. But I saw his work prior to that because I saw the film that you did with Saquon as well.
Oh yeah. The next
So I was definitely familiar.
Talk to me about the chemistry between you 3, because chemistry is important in whatever you do, be it TV, film, or just working, right? Or just at a 9 to 5. Tell me about you guys and your chemistry.
That's a paramount ingredient because without the chemistry, when you guys are trying to deliver your lines and everything like that, like there's not going to be any believability behind the words that you're saying. But when you have that chemistry, everything is just like, you're not even acting. You guys are just reacting off of each other because y'all are so locked in. It's like you guys are really like boys. Like we really came up together, like real day ones. And that chemistry is all. That's what that chemistry brings.
Yeah, people can smell it. People can smell it when it's off. If you're supposed to be best friends and you're looking at that screen or you hear it, be like, these guys ain't friends. So you have to believe it. That camaraderie got to be there. That's definitely key, especially in a piece like this.
So Saquon tells me you guys are into a lot of hijinks and just wilding on set. He said y'all got a nickname, Alley Cats. Tell me about this Alley Cats thing.
Speak on it.
It started, I think, that first day we was on the court. We were just, it was just nonstop jokes. And this is actually our first time actually even really being around each other like that. So we were just playing around and joking and playing one-on-one off on the side and everything. And it's actually, Saquon was like, I need to stop being like cats. So stop being cats.
Right.
Let's get serious. You know what I'm saying? I understand from a director, you got to get serious though,
But that alley cat behavior is what brought some sincerity to the film also. Was that behind the scenes goofing off and all that stuff is what really gelled us together as brothers.
Yeah, I was going to ask that. Does the jovial environment, is that conducive to getting the work done and being productive and effective?
In this piece, definitely, man. If you're doing a comedy, they got to be laughs. I believe on and off camera. You know what I'm saying? It just works because acting isn't just with the lines; it's everything that's going on in between. And those nuances, man, it just brings it all out.
And how's your chemistry with Saquon?
Man, Saquon,
it's horrible, man.
He a lot.
It's horrible.
But he's a good dude. I always, as a matter of fact, I just complimented him again because I was watching the trailer because it had been so much time from the last time they actually did it, and I had to congratulate him. Man, I think it's a great piece of work. I think it reminds me of one of my favorite TV shows, which is Curb Your Enthusiasm. Man, it's just he a young black Larry David, man,
Absolutely.
just going through his ups and downs and trials and tribulations of what it's like to date in the modern world today.
I don't want to give the viewer too much insight. I want them to kind of enjoy finding out about the series themselves. But with its uniqueness and the way that it's shot and kind of like the structure of it, do you think that the viewers will enjoy that uniqueness that exists in it?
Yeah, I think it's needed. I've never seen. I don't know if I'm allowed to give this part away, but I remember back in the days I used to read those Choose Your Own Adventure books, and I used to, you know what I'm saying. You read it, you get to like page 5, and it's like, all right, do you want to go down the stairs? Go to page 20. You want to go up the stairs? Go to page 11. And I just loved having that option. It's like, on one side I want to be entranced and go into a story, but I also want to have the option on the directions of where the story goes. And I think that's a nice little nugget that a lot of people are gonna appreciate.
Yeah, definitely.
Which character is the ladies gonna love the most?
don't know, man. I think I'm a clown, so I don't think it's gonna be me. Honestly, I'm cracking jokes. I'm cooking food, so I don't think it's gonna be me. I think that's a question for these two.
I feel like
cats
my
right
character's like a hopeless romantic a little bit. So I don't know. It depends on if the girl's like a simp type of. I feel like I was looking like a simp a little bit.
He said it, not me.
Yeah, I'm a little rough around the edges too. I try to give him the best advice though. So I might be a little ladies man. I have something in the back pocket in the black book, but they might like mine.
We'll throw that one his way. Yeah, the girls like bad boys, so
Right. Let them have it. Let them have it.
And from the craft, right? As actors, each one of you are actors, and you have to have a love and a passion for the craft. Did this series challenge you at all? Did it challenge what you knew to be acting? Right? Did it create in you new disciplines, new ways, new perspectives of looking at the work?
I know for me, I've never been in a situation, except for like a play, but I've never been in a situation where, okay, I'm doing this scene, but I'm about to do this scene with another actor right here, right now. Like it's never, if you're doing a play, then more than likely you're doing it with your scene partner. We're gonna do that leg of the run. And then if someone else gets replaced, then okay, we'll change it up at that time. But you'll never do this scene, okay, cut. Right. Now we gotta throw the other actor in there, whole different energy. We gotta gel with each other. You may be meeting this person right here on the set doing this scene. So now all that chemistry, all those nuances, all the idiosyncrasies, we have to build on it right here and now. So that was definitely a challenge for me.
How about you, Wayne?
For me, I feel like again it was seamless for me because of that instant camaraderie that we had and the relationship with Saquan. So it felt like natural for me. I felt like I walked right into family. So I felt there was nothing that was like a challenge to get over. You own your lines, and we got out there, and it was just so fun and loose that I never felt any challenges with it. It was just pure joy for me. Like I just love it. I was just out there having a good time.
What about you, bro?
Nah, I'm gonna go with him too. Like that loose environment definitely took a lot of pressure off if there were any pressure. But I think every project should be some type of challenge. And where you could prove those. So there's definitely some things I'd say I could prove in this, I could prove in that. But it was a great time just working on it.
So the Ballad of Saquan Jones. Who is going to appreciate this series more, men or women?
I think it's split right down the middle. I think it's split right down the middle.
I'm gonna leave it to the audience. I'm gonna leave them to decide to look and decide on their own who gets the most out of it. Because I think we've all been in the dating scene. Yeah. And we've all had our ups and downs with it, things that we like, things we don't like, things that we're trying to understand, things that we'll never understand. So let the audience, let them sit down and decide on their own.
Yeah, it's relatable. Definitely relatable. So everybody can see themselves in any of the characters.
And in order to see this, they have to subscribe to Life
with
Say.com.
Get your subscriptions.
Yeah.
Okay, is he giving away free subscriptions?
See, here we go. Here we go.
I don't know, you gotta ask him that.
I'm asking that. My friend, someone I've known for decades, Saquan Jones, has come out with the Ballad of Saquan Jones, right? Which, if you know the brother, you understand why he's naming stuff after himself, right?
Yeah.
But great project, and I wanted to get an opportunity to sit with the actors who are making it happen, right? And so, to my left, I got my brother Wayne. What's up?
How
Give
you
him your
doing,
name.
brother?
Tell him where you from.
My name is Wayne T. Stevens, born and raised in Hempstead, Long Island. Migrated to Queens at 13. That's where I became a man, so I like to claim Jamaica, Queens.
That's what's up. What high school you went to?
August Martin.
You went to August Martin?
Yeah.
Okay, dope,
Yeah.
dope. Tell me about how you found your way into the Ballad of Saquan, specifically your relationship with Saquan Jones.
I think it goes back way before acting. I have a football background, and me and Saquan kind of like linked up on the same team, the Queens Hustlers, back in 2000. I want to say 2001, maybe, right? And,
Was he any good?
I used to bust his ass.
Yeah.
And I'm a wide receiver, and he had to go up against me as a DB in practice.
Yeah, that sucks
abuse
for
him
him.
or whatever. But we gelled. We had a good camaraderie from there. And then years later, I found out, I don't know how it came about, but that he got into filmmaking. And I also had like an acting background from as a child. And
Really?
then it just went from there. You know, we kind of gelled up. He had a project called The Next Step, and jumped on that, and then we stay in touch.
What is it about acting for you?
For me, acting kind of bit me young in the 5th grade. I was at my girlfriend. They had a play
You had a
called Rags to
girlfriend in the
Riches.
5th grade?
Yeah,
This is my type of guy.
Diane
Yeah.
Bracken.
All
I
right,
remember her
shout out to
name.
Diane.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I give her credit to this day. I told her it's her fault that I'm
So
in
tell
love
me
with
about
this
it. What
craft.
happened?
So it was the standing ovation at the end. The play was Rags to Riches, and the ovation that they all got at the end of it, like I'd never felt to this day butterflies like that. As a kid, I think I may have been 11. And after that, I was like, I want to act. And then the next year, I went out for the play, and it was The Wiz, and I got the role as the 10 Man.
Right.
But then there's a big hiatus in between after that. You know, I kind of got caught up when I moved to Queens. I didn't have that push from my mom, so I started playing football, which I consider my mistress. Acting's my love. But I spent all my time with my mistress playing football, high school football.
Right.
And then at the end of high school is when I was like, I used to love this thing called acting. And then I tried to get Belly was out around that time. Well, it was casting, and that's when I tried to, that's when I found my way back to it. I didn't know what I was doing. I pursued Belly, didn't get it, but you
auditioned for Belly?
I sent pictures of photocopies though. I didn't know what the hell I was doing though.
Right.
But I was figuring it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Currently, what other things are you working on other than being in this project? Before we talk about this project, I want to kind of get a full scope of what Wayne is doing. So, what other, are you Broadway? Are you off Broadway? Are you commercials? Like, tell me what a working actor in New York City is doing.
I feel like I'm almost like mutually exclusive to Saquan because he works with me because I'm also in the military.
Oh, you're in the military.
So I have a very stringent.
Thank you for your service.
Appreciate you. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Okay. What branch?
The Army.
Okay.
And
okay.
I'm in the National Guard, and I belong to the governor. So what does she say? We do.
Right.
So I do counterterrorism.
Right.
Here in the city. So like whenever he's having something, I know I can go to my bosses, and we'll work it out. But I don't have that that kind of rapport or that leash to go, to some other filmmakers that I don't know and expect them to give me that type of courtesy. So
you have a good opportunity because you get to hone your craft with your friend.
Yes.
While you defend the country and the other stuff.
That's right. Until my contract is up, until I can do this, wholeheartedly and full time. Yeah. So that's another one of those dope, kind of like
that's awesome.
hand in
brother.
glove relationships.
Tell me about the Ballad of Saquan Jones.
In the Ballad of Saquan Jones, my character's name is Gene. I'm an up-and-coming comedian. I run a comedy club. I'm one of Saquan Jones's day ones. And the story pretty much revolves around 4 great friends, ripping and running the city, manhood, just 4 strong brothers or whatever that stick together through thick and thin, through agreement, disagreements, and we just having fun.
What was the best part about filming this series for you as an actor? Tell me some of the best parts or moments about filming this series.
For me, it was the loose atmosphere and the immediate gelling of the cast. Like from day one, right? The first set was on a basketball court, and we all got there and we introduced ourselves to each other, and there was immediate chemistry, like genuine laughter. For 4 gentlemen that just met each other. I thought that was dope. And it just made the rest of the show filming with those guys seamless. Yeah.
And the viewer, tell me what the viewer can expect from the Ballad of Saquan Jones. Are they going to be excited? Is it hilarious? Is it surreal? Is it dramatic? What will the viewer find when they view this?
Well, they're going to be in for a big surprise because it's very unique. The show and how it's built as interactive. You get to pick who Saquan Jones is going to date, which I don't think I've ever seen on the show before. Where you could go in and hand pick who you want to see in a specific episode. So they're going to get to see that, and they're going to get to laugh and enjoy themselves and enjoy like some real good comedy and humor and see guys just locked in and.
Real quick, as an up-and-coming comedian, did you have to learn jokes? Are you good? Are you like a good comedian now?
I'm not. I honestly see myself as more as drama. But when he sent me the lines, the sides for the comedy scene, and I just recited them back and forth, and I was like, well, if you're an actor, then you can be a comedian, you could be a surgeon, you know, you could be an astronaut. So I put myself in an acting mindset, and I delivered the lines as funny as possible. I thought I pulled it off good.
Awesome. I can't wait to see it, man. Tell the people where we can find it.
You can find the Ballad of Saquan Jones at lifewithsage.com. Go ahead and get your subscriptions. Watch every episode. You're going to love it, I promise you. I'm Wayne T. Stevens. You can find me at wayne.t.stevens on the gram. I'm here, baby.
That's
Let's
what's
get
up,
it.
brother. I can't wait to see it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you for coming to Hip Hop
Appreciate
Closet
your time,
today, man.
absolutely. Yes,
Indeed.
sir.
Thank you very much. Lifewithsay.com. Get your subscriptions. I'm going to try to backdoor it and get it for free. I'll let y'all know. So we're here at hiphopcloset.com this evening. We're talking to the actors from the series The Ballad of Saquan Jones. To the left of me, I got my brother Benny. I'm going to let him introduce himself and tell you who he plays in the series.
What's up, brother?
What's up,
How you
though?
feeling, man?
I'm
Be
good,
good,
man.
bro.
I'm good. Tell him who you are.
Yeah, I'm Benny Flames. I play Ryan, the guy that work on Wall Street. A little rough around the edges still. And, you know, I'm just a guy there. Saquon's one of his good best friends, day one. And, you know, I just make sure he gets right in the series, you know.
Where you from?
I'm from the Bronx. Where you from the Bronx, yeah.
Okay. So tell me how you wound up in this acting space. How'd you get into acting?
Yeah, it was kind of like a mistake. So I started in college. I was taking an elective. My counselor had me take this old literature course, And the first day, I think by that Friday, we had to do a 12-page paper for an elective. And I'm like, yeah, I can't take this. So I went to her office. I'm like, you have anything else besides, you know, this old literature? She's trying to beg me, oh, it's gonna be. I said, anything else? So she said, we have play production. I'm like, what's that? You just gotta put a play on the end of the year. And I'm like, yeah, sign me up. It sounded like I cast like a BS in. So of course I was in that class, you know, BS. I did a one little play. It wasn't too big. I was just helping the drama club. But then our main play, the main actor dropped out at the last minute. And she asked me, can I fill in for him? And I was like, nah, 'cause I went to HBCU college. So
What college you went to?
Morris College.
Oh, you went to Morris? Okay.
Yeah, South Carolina. And knowing that when you're in the HBCU college, you know they're gonna boo you. You know what I'm saying? If anything goes wrong, any mishap, they're waiting for the chance. But she begged me, and I ended up doing it. And yeah, it's one of the best plays. I think that got me, you know, where I was like, yo, this is what I want to do. It was Raising in the Sun. So I played
Raising in the Sun.
Raising in the Sun.
Okay.
I played Walter Lee in that one. And since then, I just, you know, did a lot of theater and transitioned to film, and yeah, just been doing it ever since.
Okay. How'd you find your way to Saquan in this particular series?
Audition for Saquan. Yeah, I went to the audition. A few people there. It was real cool, good vibes. But audition, I got a call. It was like, yeah, you're a little bit too tall for the main role, but I got you for this other role.
That's
you know?
hilarious on so many levels.
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, so I've been blessed, and you know, I appreciate the opportunity, and you know, this is family right here.
What do you do outside of acting?
I also do directing as well. So I do I got some projects. Did a project called Inexistent. It's out now on Tubi. You still got a lot of music videos. I'll be writing. So I got a lot of stuff.
Script writing?
Script writing. I do a lot of
Okay.
script writing and stuff like that. Sometimes I write for, you know, other friends too, you know, and I get that out there. So
What is it that you liked about this role? What's your character's name again? Tell me your character.
I'm Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan, he got both. I feel like, you know, he got a little street to him, but also he works on Wall Street. So I like that he has that balance right there. He's not too street, he's not too, you know, Wall Street or corporate like that. So I like to balance that in him. I feel like I can relate to that character a lot. You know what I'm saying? You know, you got the, you know, your little ladies man too.
What part of Ryan is you? Like, what part did you internalize into Ryan, and then what parts are not you?
I think the giving advice part. Ryan gives a lot of advice. I feel like that's me with my friends as well. I give good advice. Well, I think I give good advice. You know, they listen to it. But what part is not me of Ryan? Nah, right. It's a lot of me and Ryan though. But you know what? Some of the I'm not a player. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I am, but yeah. So I don't think Ryan had a little player way sometimes about him. So what I'm saying, that's probably the only way I could say it's like that. I'm a chill guy.
And where do you live? Where do you stay in the city?
So right now I'm in Howard Beach, Queens.
Oh, you're out in Queens.
Yeah, Howard Beach. So I'm in a chill spot.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
yeah.
Final question. What is it that you want the viewers to take away from the Ballad of Saquan Jones, right? When they watch this series, what do you want them to take away from it?
That it's real life. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things, relationships go through its ups and downs. Everybody gonna have different opinions on certain things, but I want them to take away that, listen, it's gonna be hard in this dating world, but you can go overcome it. It makes sense with everything. You gotta take everybody's opinions, and really value them. You know what I'm saying? Don't be judging too much.
Tell them where they can find the series.
You can find it lifewithsay.com. You're not gonna be disappointed. This is the show to watch, right? You're gonna feel like you're part of it. You're gonna feel like you're family with us, all right? You're gonna be part of the Alley Cats, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can find me on Benny Flames. You can find me on Facebook, and you can find me on Instagram at Benny Flames. It's so simple, the bad guy. Catch me.
Sounds good to me, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get it. Lifewithsay.com.
Yeah.
So, at hiphopcloset.com, we keep our finger on the pulse of the culture. And there's a trending series called The Ballad of Saquan Jones. I'm sitting here with one of the actors, one of the dynamic actors from the series. I'm going to let this brother introduce himself and tell you who he plays in the series.
How's everybody doing out there? My name is David Roberts. I play the role of Desmond, the dentist, good friend to Saquan, trying to help him get reacclimated into the dating world. Everybody, we have our own hang-ups and things that we're used to. We get used to our own private quarters, but then when it's time to get back into the dating world, it's a bit of an adjustment. And I play the role of Desmond. I'm trying to talk to him about, hey, how you're not perfect, so you can't expect perfection from anybody else.
Tell me about how you got into the acting life.
So what happened was, my degree is actually in accounting.
Okay.
And I realized pretty early in the game I didn't want to do that for the rest of my life. So I started thinking about the classes in school that I actually liked, and it turned out it was the arts classes. I liked history, I liked religion, I loved my speech classes. So I said, what things do people see me doing? And some people had said comedian, and some people had said actor. I love comedy, but I'm not doing that for an hour and a half up on stage. So I said, let me try acting, and I've been here ever since.
And what age was that?
Oh wow, that was so that was some years ago. That was some years ago.
Right. What was it about this role that intrigued you?
I love the fact that you have these stand-up brothers. Masculine black men. They're friends. They're unpacking and unloading with each other about their ups and downs, about relationships, about things that they don't understand about themselves, about women, about the world today, and they're able to rely on each other and talk to each other in an honest and vulnerable way, but still be men and still be cool. And that was one of the things that I really, 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 out of everything, I really liked about this project.
Did you audition for this, or were you handpicked?
No, as a matter of fact, we met, Saquan, the real Saquan, we actually met years back at the Hip Hop Film Festival. We connected, and then he told me that a project that he wanted me to come in for to play the role of one of his friends as Desmond. And I said, definitely, man. But I wanted to show him that I could actually do what I do. So I sent the self-tape anyway. And here I am, man. Loved it.
Now, the show is about Saquan Jones.
Right.
Tell me about your friendship with Saquan Jones.
Now, on the show or the real Saquan?
The real Saquan.
I think, hey man, the man is a visionary. I think I've never seen a show of this type. We do see shows about black men, but I don't think as real and as honest as this. I think a lot of shows that I've seen about black men are kind of contrived. It's things that you've seen before. It gets a little bit preachy, and it's things that sometimes, honestly, black men don't say. This is more real. This is more honest. You see black men being vulnerable. You see black men being honest in a very respectable way, but a very real way. And that's one of the things that really stood out to me the most. And that's the type of relationship that I have with him. When he comes on set, he gives you the freedom to do what you have to do as an artist and as an actor to tell his story. But at the same time, he wrote and he directed it. So he's going to give you the type of respect to say, hey, let's lean in this direction. And let's pull back from that. So the same camaraderie that he wants on that screen, he gives you off screen. And I respect respect that.
And what do you think? You think this is a hit? You think this thing is
This
going
is
to go?
definitely a hit. I've never seen anything like it before. I remember growing up back in the days in grade school, we used to have those choose your own adventure books, you know what I'm saying? You know, go this way if you want to go for that decision, go this way if you want to go for that decision. And now people have that option, and it's something new, it's something fresh. Let people explore that and see what happens.
So you are one of the only actors in the series to have interaction with the actresses, to actually film scenes with actresses.
Yeah, man. So like I said, the one thing about this project is that people get options of the different routes that Saquan can go. And I actually had to experience that firsthand because there were a number of scenes where you have one date that he's with, I interact with her. She may be a black woman. Then you have another woman that he has a date with, I meet her. She may be Italian. Then you have another one, she may be Asian. So you have these different just perspectives on dating and just people and humans. And I get to interact with all of them, and the audience can have the same experience.
So this whole thing is exciting. I can't wait to get into the series. Tell the people where they can find the series, and then tell them where they can find you as well.
Oh, beautiful, man. Please tune in at lifewouldSay.com. Once again, that's lifewouldSay.com. You will not be disappointed. And please follow me on IG at I am D Roberts. Once again, that's I am D Roberts.
There you have it. Life Would Say. Get your subscriptions. No discounts.
Tune in.
So I'm sitting here with Saquan Jones, founder of Life Would Say.
Yeah.
So tell me, what is Life Would Say Studios?
Life Would Say Studios. I'm a history guy. I know you're a history. We've known each other forever.
Yeah,
Like,
for
you
a
was
long
in one
time.
of my movies. I've
Yeah.
known you for a minute.
For a long time.
I'm always happy to. I appreciate that you are bringing me on
Absolutely,
here.
brother. Absolutely.
I know you're a fan of history. When I watch the podcast, you always reference historical memories. Life Would Say is, if those black studios or those black production companies never sold out or never got bought out by big conglomerates, where would our imagery be? As foundational black Americans, where would that image be? That's Life Would Say. Now, I may not be able to see it in my lifetime, but I want to see where this goes, where we control our image, where we are, you know, if we had a chance to not have to deal with real life, how would our images be in America if those black production companies in the 70s never sold out?
Why do you feel like it's so important to control your image and your imagery?
So understand this, right? So my MBA is in finance, right? So one of the things is making the movies are expensive. Now understand this. Now I don't want to disrespect anybody who watches these shows because they are going to be my audience at some point. But it is so important for the imagery of foundational American black men to be criminality that if you shot a movie with like snowflakes, right, or a show with snowflake right now, where you put men on the corner, we know that that's not our disbelief. Our disbelief would not allow us to think that they can have people on the corner selling drugs in 2025, because the surveillance, the technology, it's just not something that we can do, or something that you would do. If you're selling drugs right now, it's because the police are probably allowing you to sell drugs. So to make sure criminality stays in the forefront of America, they're now rewinding series. Godfather, Harlem, Snowflake, all of the, BMF. Because you can go back and you can remind people of criminality. And the fact that they're willing to put so much money into rewinding time. You got to get the clothes, you got to get the hair, the car, the sets. Understand how much they are willing to invest to remind you of criminality. That they can easily have placed that money into a show where functional black people live in a utopia. But they're willing to invest in that money to take it back 80s, 90s, and invest that money. That shows you how important the imagery of criminality specifically for foundational black America is in this country. And I want to make sure Life Would Say doesn't show any of that. No use of the N-word, functional masculine black men, friendships, camaraderie, laughter. People don't laugh anymore, and I want to make sure that my studio is one that facilitates laughter and good feelings.
That's amazing, bro. You gotta keep up the good work.
Thank you, man.
Where can they find this series at?
Life Will Say. You can find this. We're gonna be Netflix in like 7 years. Trust me. So lifewillsay.com. It's all original programming. Everything is written by me. We have other directors who do a lot of directing, but you know, all of it is original thoughts, original writing. Life Will Say. Thanks a lot, bro. I appreciate
No problem, bro. I appreciate you, man.
All right.
HipHopCloset.com, LifeWillSay.com. Get you some culture. Be nice. So you're one of the few, if not the only, actor to have interaction on screen with women.
Yeah, man.
No. That's not a porno, yo. Yo, we gotta get you to bed, yo.
That's
right?
crazy.
What's the other actresses?
That's
Right.
vile.
All the actresses.
With all the actors.
Tell me about the Ballad of Saquan Jones.
In the Ballad of Saquan Jones, I played Gene. My character is a comedian, so I'm up and coming. You know, I run the strip. A strip club.
Yo, you don't even have a strip club. You see how focused on criminality you are, yo.
So you don't run a strip club?
Oh, I run a comedy club. Look at that shit.
Yo, start over, bro.
No.
All right.
Tell me about the Ballad of Saquan Jones.
The Ballad of Saquan Jones, what I get from it is it's a collection of events that are taking place over Saquon's life.
Right.
And he culminated them into this series. It seems like a lot of them circle around like confrontational events.
No, we're not doing that.
Yo, he was waiting.
Trying to make money, yo.
Yo, he was waiting. Yo, you saw he circled around the camera.
No, that's not my truth, though.
Right.
You could go, I don't know if these stories are real or not.
All right, cool.
Yeah, like everything don't got to be confrontational, bro.
Hey, Larry David. All right.
Are you fucking any of these people?
No, I'm not fucking nobody, bro. These cameras is rolling, yo. You're not gonna.
I'm sorry.
It's not a question.
Hey, it's not a question.
No,
I want to know. I don't want to know if this shit is real. Like, you really? Are you like? Never mind. Let's go.
Wait.
No, I'm saying like so in the show, the actresses in the show, are you truly dating them in real life, or is it for the show?
No, it's just actors.
It's just all act.
We have to leave ambiguous that these stories are true or not. We don't want.
Yeah, we're not gonna go into that.
I don't
Yeah.
want nobody coming.
I'm asking you offside. That's yeah. That was an off.
I don't want nobody coming to me in the streets and punching me in the face because you thinking shit is confrontational. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
Gotcha.